up? We're the Indie Mops. I'm Emily. This is Ben, and we're the co-founders.
Yep.
So a few weeks ago, we asked you guys. Well, I guess by the time we release, it'll be a few months. A few months ago, we asked you guys to send us questions that we could answer in a Q&A video. So that's what we're gonna do.
What's your favorite song you've written? What's your favorite song you've written? I don't know.
I have a couple favorite. I really like Selfish. But I also like Stand, which we co-wrote. That's the first one we really kind of wrote at the same time.
Yeah, it's a quality song.
Yeah. And then off the first album, I like What Keeps You Warm at Night.
I like all the heavy songs, I guess. I mean, usually write songs that we would listen to.
Yeah.
You know? Why write something if you're not going to listen to it unless you're, that producer that's like, I'm going to try to make money and I'm going to write these generic songs. But I feel like we try to write songs we would also listen to,
Mm-hmm.
It's way better that way.
We do this because we want to and we like to, not because we're trying to make a profit or anything.
Exactly.
If we were trying to make a profit, I don't think this would go over very well.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would hate it. Yeah. Who are all the personnel in the band? Well, there's two of us.
Obviously.
We also have a bunch of guest players and singers.
We call them honorary Indie Mops.
Yeah. My friend Addison plays guitar on a bunch of stuff, solos.
We have Arden, who comes and sings for us. She wrote the lyrics to Angels, and she played guitar for one of our covers, Have You Ever Seen the Rain?
My friend Pablo played drums on Convulsion, and Sosa played a bunch of percussion parts like chimes and glockenspiel.
Our siblings, Allie and Nick, they played on various tracks. Allie played piano on Jaded, and she wrote the chords for Angels, and then Nick sang on a whole bunch of songs, and he's gonna play tuba on one.
What's the story behind your band/group name?
Indie Mops is something from our
Childhood. It's weird. When you're little, you're curious and you're very creative.
And from there, it's just kind of grown up with us.
Yeah, the Indie Mops itself, which video was the most fun to film? None of them are exactly fun to film because editing it is a pain.
I liked Have You Ever Seen the Rain?
But it's fun. Yeah, that one was fun.
Was fun. You didn't have to edit anything but the audio.
Yeah. I mean, we got to focus more on the music on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Making videos is okay. I mean, I like seeing the final thing, so it's not too bad.
We do it more so that you guys can see how we do what we do.
Yeah, because there's only two of us. Shooting video with audio is kind of difficult. Making the album in ways is a lot easier.
But I will say, you've gotten a lot better at editing the videos.
Oh, yeah.
You've learned about thirds.
That's because I just, throw some shots together. Mm-hmm. I don't plan it out, I just go with it. Mm-hmm. Where do you draw inspiration? Well, listen to a bunch of music. As far as bands go, it ranges from a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Jazz, rock, metal,
alternative,
grunge, post-grunge.
Soft rock.
Soft rock, yeah. We don't try to stick to one genre. Mm-hmm. Otherwise you kind of
get confined.
Yeah. All starts to sound the same. We try to make each song style different in ways. I mean, some of them might cross over.
Definitely see that in the next album.
Yeah. Lots of different styles. Mm-hmm. It's a lot more fun. Some bands we listen to, Leonard Skinner, AC/DC, CCR, yeah. Alice in Chains, Nirvana. Yeah, that's where I draw inspiration from.
Daughtry, The Fray.
Oh yeah.
The Fray.
Yeah, we try to encompass a bunch of different decades. Mm-hmm. I think as far as having different sounding songs, I think that might come from Led Zeppelin a little bit. Mm-hmm. At least that's where I get it from. None of their songs sound the same. Jazz, obviously. Mm-hmm. Frank Sinatra.
Of course.
Yeah, especially in the second album. Mm-hmm. A lot of jazz stuff. What is your writing process like? Well,
it changes on each song. We don't have one specific writing process.
Yeah. I have written songs several different ways. Mm-hmm. I don't really have a strategy, You gotta hear it though, I guess. I mean, sometimes I don't. I just write random stuff.
examples of how I've written. We'll start with Long Night. So I wrote the lyrics first to Long Night last summer, I think. And then I had like these very generic chords, and I took it back to Ben and I was like, I really like these lyrics, what can we do with this? And he was like, we're gonna change a whole bunch of these chords so it doesn't sound so generic. Yeah. And we did. So that was one way. And then you get songs like off the next album. As Ever, I wrote the chords and the lyrics separately without thinking that they were going to be together, and then I put them together and they were great. But then you get things like Ashes of Neptune, where I wrote them at the same time. How about you?
I mean, sometimes I'll write on guitar like riffs and then record them in voice memos off the amp. Sometimes I'll write it on MIDI. I mean, that's how I did some of the first ones, because I'd never written songs before. I mean, I'd listened to millions of them, but I'd never tried writing one, so I was like, may as well try it. So I did, and I guess I'm good at it. I like to think I am, so. You know, draw inspiration from feel, mostly from different bands, and if you want, if you're starting out, you know, once you get going, you can kind of come up with your own in a way. So nothing too crazy, just work. How old are you both? Old enough.
We're both adults.
How do you produce your own music? You set up a mic and you record it. Well, we write demos. We do. First off,
we have different ways of writing demos.
We have demos for every single song.
Sometimes multiple demos. Like when I write a song, I'll usually record it in voice memos, and then sometimes, if Ben's lucky, I'll do a GarageBand demo of it, and then I'll give it to him, and sometimes he'll make another demo of it.
And then for real recording, obviously, most of the time I'll take the demo track and drag it into a new session of the song, and I'll either hit the tempo or we use Logic Pro, so I'll let it read the tempo and then go from there, really. Usually do drums first. Drum recording is definitely a process for us. Trying to improve it every time, you know, trying to get the sound sources good. Otherwise, you can't just fix everything in mixing. It doesn't work. A lot of things have to go together. So it's still a learning process, but it's fun. I figured, you know, if the songs are good, you know, people will listen to them, you know. The production will come as we keep going, you know. It'll get better. And, yeah, so drums, guitar, bass. Usually I'll work on the instrumental feel and Emma will work on the lyrics. So it actually works out. One way we do write is I'll write an instrumental and I'll be like, hey, can you write some lyrics for this?
It's one of the hardest ways to write, especially, so Convulsion was the only one you gave me like a topic. One of my favorite things about the whole production process is all of the sound effects. For example, in Fatality off the first album, the rumbling at the very beginning is two of our cats purring. And that's not a sound you could get very easily from anything else. So if you have any more questions for us, feel free to reach out. We can make another Q&A video at some point.
That's about it. Thanks for watching.